Alright, guys. New game. We're gonna start with Police Attorney. First turnabout. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 1947, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. I can read. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's, because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Ooh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! Can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. Person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Gonna clear his name. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Her conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hands shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Whew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait, uh-oh. No, wait, I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Attorney's badge. No one would believe I was the defendant's attorney. I have to carry this. Cindy's autopsy report. Cindy Stoney, 22, the victim in this case. A model, she lived in an apartment by herself. Who we got? Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Larry Butts, defendant in this case, a likable guy who's been my friend since grade school, and Mia Fey, chief attorney at Fey & Co., my boss and a very good defense attorney. Got it. What was it? Oh my gosh, read all that stuff and then forgot. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you, anyways? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30. So July 30th, day before the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of a woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you wanted to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. And, dude, Nix, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you, or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Answer honestly. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there, I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Oh, that's not good. Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring a Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Oh. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness's account, eh? I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1:00 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity at Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, and point at the contradictions in the testimony. Cross-examination. This count. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately, however the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Around the time exactly, it was 1 p.m. Hold on. Before the murder. The man around was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record with tab. If something strikes you as being suspicious, Then find the evidence that contradicts testimony presented to the court. Wait. Unable to go inside. We're gonna press on that. So, you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? Thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. We're gonna press that. The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right? But you said you didn't go in the apartment, or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And the phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Oh, the time of death was 4 to 5. If it was 1 o'clock, it's wrong. Present that. You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this? A 3-hour gap. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Good job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Oh, this should be fun. The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a program or a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I think I've changed his voice like 3 times. My bad. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right, you know what to do. I've got this one. The time of discovery. Oh, we're gonna hit you right there. We're gonna present. There was no power. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of discovery. And this record proves it. Nailed it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing this time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it.
The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Yeah, you didn't see a clock as a blunt object. Present. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was a statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You're with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may?
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch, you just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock, after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness' testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Yes. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness' testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Wait, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn, give him death.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor,
your claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
Okay, starting this, I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... I don't... Examines the clock's batteries, just proves it was functioning, doesn't prove that he... Has the neighbors try sounding the clock? I'll sound the clock now here in the court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So we've heard the clock.
What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way to this one. Ha! Ha ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like this clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can prove that, you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness, unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Solid.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Ooh. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit.
Chief!
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away, not like this. Think!
But Chief, it's over.
I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder.
Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Passport. They came in from Paris, and it was a gift, probably. Present! Take that.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Ha, 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 saw it, did, ha, ha. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty.
I did it. I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen in courthouses. Confetti shoots out and everybody's like, woo, you did it.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
It turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Woo! Still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief.
I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good, wait. No, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Yeah, hairy butts are innocent.
Thanks, I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as momentum.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry.
Are you so sure?
Squeeze me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
What the heck is she talking about?
She had the statue as well. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am, thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better.
Hopefully. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah!
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him?
Yeah, part, at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime, maybe over drinks.
And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. My promise to tell the chief about being Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Whew. First one down. Hey, a brand new episode has been added. Saving content. Please don't turn off your PC. Sure, we'll save our progress up to this point. Hello, this is Mia?
Hey, Mia, it's me.
Mia, what up?
You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How you been?
Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing.
I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask.
I know. You want me to hold evidence for you?
Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here.
I gotcha. So, what is it this time?
It's a clock.
A clock?
Yeah, it's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys.
Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis.
Now. You know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now.
Huh? It's not working? That's lame.
I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead.
Papers? Is that the evidence then?
Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then.
Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good, like burgers. I could really go for a good burger.
Okay. We'll hit the usual joint.
All right, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon.
Yep, I'll be waiting. My conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m., Fay & Co. Law Offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Ho ho! You are not, cognivorous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho ho! My dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry, but I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Oh my. Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08. Is their sister discovering? Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Examine. I have to check and see if Mia's... Does this, like, do anything? So that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia's chief's okay. Move to the office. That smell. Blood. Sob. Sis? Someone's there. Ugh. Chief! 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 Well, didn't take long for our chief to go under. Who are you? Strange girl dropped a cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then all too quickly it began to fade, till finally she was cold. Chief. Statue. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon again. Body? Chief, it's hard seeing her like this. But if there are any clues here, she was struck in the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. Again. The thinker added, murder weapon looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock made by Larry Butts. There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Okay, glass shards added. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Check on that in a second. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of glass lights. Chairs overturned. Chief's chair. Simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. A nice, luxurious place. Is there more on the body? It's a painful look, but I have to, for Mia's sake. Looks like she's hit with head with a blunt weapon. She probably died instantly. Make sure we got it all. Nope. A word is written in blood on the scrap piece of paper. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. Receipt added to the court record. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I better call the police to find out what that girl was doing here. Yeah. That girl just now. Where did she go? I put her right there on this sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fay. Maya Fay? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. Never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Let's talk first. What happened? Seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? I came in, the room was dark, and Sis, so she was already dead. You're the chief. So, you're the chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. And you were here visiting this late at night? Yes, she said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes, it was that clock. It was the thinker. Present the note. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Better hurry up and call the police. Want to examine anything in here? Reception desk. I usually sit here. Congratulations. Small writing desk cluttered with office supplies. You couldn't cram more legal books in here even if you wanted to. You could gaze upon the shelves without feeling insignificant. The door to the chief's office. It's slightly open. I better not touch the doorknob. Large painting. I guess you call this modern art. I, on the other hand, call it a mistake. The sofa is for clients. It's leather. Real luxury model. Okay, what we're gonna do is go into options. We are going to... Never mind, can't change controls, that's fine. Backspace is just a odd one. Alright, move. Not the office. I don't want to talk. Escape options. Can I move here to the office? Aha! We can call from that. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines, but all she used this PC was for email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. Fanco ledger book, everything is written in the chief's ultra neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. A perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office decor. It's been big on stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Let's make sure. Phone. Right. I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws in the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please, come quick. What was that? Someone screamed from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Phone receiver is missing a few screws. I better not use it. Q slide. Oh, okay. I see. Let's move to the foyer here. Oh, we're so boned. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe. See? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have... Whoa! Excuse me. Eek.
word Maya here mean anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name.
Killer? I'm not.
Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am.
What?
Oh, what a great detective work by that officer. His younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6, 9:07 a.m. Detention center, visitor's room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal.
Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning.
Good morning.
She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you. I better give it to her straight. It's up to you.
Up to me?
Yes, I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here.
They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that?
No, I never thought.
It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you.
Heard? Heard what about me?
I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. Ha! So he crashed and burned. He's a genius. One of those strikes fears into the hearts of evil type. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get in trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty.
Whoa! What? It's good.
That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia.
I know.
I can examine stuff? Smile for the camera. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. Real pro, this guy. Let's talk. There's something I've been wanting to ask you.
Yes?
What's with that outfit?
Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear, and it's my uniform, you could say.
Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do?
Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium, in training.
A spirit medium? Pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Day of the crime. Could you tell me about the day of the murder?
Yes. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
Evidence?
Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker.
The one Larry made.
How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember.
Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice?
Yes. Pretty sure a conversation's on my cell phone.
You recorded it?
Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things.
Cell phone. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it.
Right. Oh, I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Sorry.
Oh, right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay?
Sure, thanks. I spent my conversation out with my sister's recorded on the cell phone. Spirit medium. So you're an acolyte, medium in training?
That's right. The Fae family, especially like women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world.
Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too?
Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too.
I had no idea. Wait.
What?
So you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that?
Yes, in training.
Well, can't you contact me as spirit then? We could just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level.
Thought that would be too easy. Huh? Something the matter?
I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me?
Accept. Sure, why not? I'll go ask.
Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to.
Say, what about your parents?
I see. Don't worry, leave it to me.
Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10.
What? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What if this guy refuses?
They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
When will that happen?
They give me until 4 this afternoon.
And visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. I don't think I need to present anything to her, so... The Grossberg Law Offices. Oh my goodness. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. No clues here. Whoops. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick, it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Oop, right there. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves. Mahogany. Filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Okay, we'll have to move back to the detention center.
Hey, what is it? Did you meet the lawyer?
Sorry. I haven't seen him yet.
I see.
Better go see if I can find this elite lawyer she's talking about. Okay, we'll go to our office. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright.
How could anyone mistake me for Larry?
Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were... Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right. At your service. Hang on. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're here, lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick.
Woo, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer.
Let's talk to Mia. About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. All right. You can see the report, but that's all. Time of death, 9 p.m. Cause single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. Okay. Man. But Maya? Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal. But this one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city got Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? I'm sure you know what that means. You're being a lawyer and all. Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth? That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Aw, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case.
So Edgeworth is on this one, which means we won't be able to use it. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Ooh. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Present that. I was wondering, did you see my FA's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back?
Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer.
Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective.
Nope, I know nothing, pal.
That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets.
You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory.
Impressive. You're quite the detective.
Uh-huh. Oh, here. You can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all.
Seems you didn't notice the recorded conversation. Hey, my cell phone received from Detective Gumshoe. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. I guess I asked all the questions I need to.
You all done, pal?
Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now.
Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to the witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal.
Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness?
Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her.
Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already then?
Ahaha, you're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial.
So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information.
You got that right, pal.
Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Mia's favorite potted plant. I remember it had this bizarre name no one could ever remember. Cordyline stricta, pal. Who is that? The sky is blue, and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. An old movie poster, apparently. This was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Mia's desk, perfectly clean, as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scariest still is that Mia probably read all of those. And that's it. Let's move to the hotel. September 6th, Gateway Hotel, room 303. Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi.
Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee-hee. Moment to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. Wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Oh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. Wonder what could be inside the drawer. Flowers are fake, as expected. I know sunflowers and tulos, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fay & Co. law office building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. Well, that's good, because otherwise she would have recognized you. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. Can you? Inside it with her. Maybe later. what you witnessed. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Oh, observe? Incident? You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Go. Better, not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day, the bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please?
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. Miss May. Could you just... Who exactly are you?
Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No, hey, I'm just doing my job here.
Tee-hee, you know you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do?
Well, no, Tee-hee, and you had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh boy. This room. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you?
Oh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television.
Oh no, not me. I'm, just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna move back to the detention center and be like, hey, guess what? You're not getting your lawyer.